Our Happy New Year, officer candidates, future Marine officers, and everybody aspiring to go to officer candidate school here in the future. Future Marines as well, enlisted Marines as well. I'm Captain Saturn. I am live here at Marine Officer San Jose with Captain Silvestro, who's on the camera right now, and we're teaming up with Captain Dubon down in Marine Officer Orange to put together this video to explain the latest change in the Marine Corps physical fitness test, mainly due to female pull-ups. That's where the change is. Now, for the longest time, females were expected to do the flexed arm hang, not pull-ups and not push-ups. And then about two years ago, no more than 3 years ago, they started implementing pull-ups. Then the minimum there was 1 pull-up. So if a female could do 1 pull-up, they met the minimum requirement of about 60 points. And if they did about 10, they got the maximum of 100 points. But now, the ever-changing Marine Corps standards are getting higher, candidates are getting stronger, things are getting more competitive. We changed the 2019 physical fitness test standards to be even more competitive. And now it's broken down by age group. So let's talk about this here. We got this chart here that talks about the maximum points of 100 and then the minimum points of 60. Here's the bare minimum for by age group for females, and then the maximum for females by age group. So if you're 17 to 20 years old, you're not 21 yet, 20 years and under, the minimum you're expected to do is that 1 for 60 points. To reach a maximum, to max out, get all the points you can possibly get for pull-ups, you need to be doing at least 7. Now, if you're 21 to 25, your minimum is 3, and you can max out up there at 11 points. And if you're 26 to 30 years old, the minimum there, you're expected to be the strongest there, based off of historical data, is 4 pull-ups for that 60 points, and 100 points, you'll need to do 12. And for 31-year-olds and older, it doesn't go beyond 35 because 34 pretty much is the legal maximum age to be waived for Marine officer programs. So for this older age bracket, you need to be doing a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 11 to max out those points. And another big change, no more push-ups. Push-ups aren't authorized anymore. We've had plenty of female officer candidates out there competitive enough to do nothing but pull-ups. And with more competitive applicants comes higher standards. And I am very sure that if you work very hard and stay dedicated, you will reach those standards as well. And next up, we're going to show you Gunner Sergeant Weishaupt. She's the former OSA, Officer Selection Assistant for me up at Marine Officer Berkeley. And she's one of the OSAs here for Marine Officer San Jose. She's going to show you how a pull-up is properly done, how to properly request permission to mount the bar, dismount, chin all the way up, coming down to a dead hang, and all that. And she's going to tell you a little bit about how she went from 0 to 10 plus, and her strategies and tips and tricks of her story and everything to get from 0 to that many pull-ups.
Good morning, sir. Gunnery Sergeant Weishaupt requests permission to mount the bar.
Mount the bar. Come to a dead hang.
Mount the bar. Aye, aye, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.
Good morning, sir. Gunnery Sergeant Weishaupt requests permission to dismount the bar.
Dismount.
Dismount. Aye, aye, sir.
All right, there you have it. We got Gunner Sergeant Weishaupt right here. She's the former Officer Selection Assistant, the OSA of Marine Officer Berkeley, and now currently an OSA at Marine Officer San Jose. And you just saw it. She did down there 10 pull-ups, and she did not start out this way. And it took a lot of hard work and dedication, and she's going to tell you how it's done. How you doing today, Gunner Sergeant?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. So tell us a little bit about your pull-up background. I remember the Marine Corps standard back in the day was not pull-ups at all for females, right?
Right.
And it was just push-ups. And then when it came to pull-ups with the new standard, we just keep raising the standards over and over. How did you get from 0 pull-ups to where you're at now?
So initially beginning, I could not do a single pull-up. I did not even have the bend in my elbow. So what I initially started doing was I did lat pull-downs. I would do 5 sets of 20 every day, 5 days a week. And then slowly, I say maybe a week after, then I started incorporating pyramids of 5 pull-ups, utilizing the band. I was doing whatever I could on my own for pull-ups, and whatever I could not do, I would use the band. And then that pyramid of 5, I would do twice a day, 5 days a week.
Okay. So then when you started this pull-up program that you were doing with the bands and the lat pull-downs, how long into it before you got your first pull-up?
It took 3 weeks for the first pull-up.
About 3 weeks, pretty much just under a month. Okay. And then from there, what happened?
From there, it seemed like the pull-ups after that first one just came really quickly. So I started the pull-up program right after the New Year's of 2013, and then by middle of March of 2013, I was at 9 pull-ups.
So it took you 3 months. That's very, very fast, right? But it took a lot of hard work, right?
It took a lot of hard work. Consistency was the biggest piece, just not coming up with an excuse of why I couldn't do the workout or allowing not doing one pull-up demoralize me. I just kept working at it. I had my sore days, but I just kept doing it every day, 5 days a week.
Sounds good. And now that you are doing multiple pull-ups and up to 9, I've personally seen you do 12, and I've seen you do 5 to 7 with a 20-pound vest on before. So do you still do the lat pull-downs and the bands, or what's your new routine?
So right now what I've been doing, I'll incorporate the lat pull downs, but that's more of a once a week thing when I'm doing weightlifting. I do so many different variations of pull-ups. So pyramid of 5 with pyramids of push-ups in between. So it'd be 1 pull-up, 5 push-ups, 2 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, all the way up to 5, and then back down to 1.
Okay.
The other thing I've done also is pyramids of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Then the other one that is my favorite one is called the W. Remember me doing it?
Right.
The lieutenants, and that is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I do it throughout the day, so it doesn't have to be all at the same time, especially for that W one. I would just make sure that I would complete all those pull-ups, which worked out to 110 pull-ups a day.
Nice.
Now, I'm not at that level, yet, but I will get back there. So now I'm doing the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. And then whatever I can't do on my own, I use the band.
Right. And I remember doing those with you just throughout the day. You got to build it into your daily lifestyle. And instead of just thinking you're going to put 30 minutes or an hour into it multiple times a week, just make it part of your lifestyle, right?
Yes.
All right, good to go. So any advice for candidates going to OCS to get their pull-ups up, or especially female candidates who are trying to get that first one or go from 1 to multiple, because the standard is going to keep on rising. That's what we're explaining in this video. So any overall advice for them?
I would say just keep going at it. Don't give up. Consistency is the biggest one. Getting that first pull-up is going to be the biggest hurdle. I've seen it with my female candidates, my female poolees. The first pull-up is the hardest. And then once you get that first pull-up, it's just going to come. But you just have to be consistent with the training program, whatever it is that you end up doing.
So find a plan, stick with it.
Yes.
All right. Well, appreciate your time today, Gunner Sergeant. I know we got all hands training today, so let's go ahead and get changed over. This is after a PT session, by the way. So imagine if we didn't PT yet this morning, we would have saw that dirty dozen come out with 12 plus pull-ups.
Definitely.
Right. All right. Well, appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too, sir.